Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Arsenal are struggling to sign Mikel Marino. We are struggling to find an agreement between us and Real Sociedad on a final fee. Arsenal want to pay 25 million euros maximum, and Sociedad want a minimum of 30 million euros. At the moment, they're actually looking to get around 35 million euros from the sale of Mikel Marino. We're going to be discussing into that story because it's a very crucial topic around Mikel Arteta's key man in midfield. But also we're going to be talking about Aaron Ramsdale, who is expected to go to Ajax. Ajax are preparing another bid to sign Ramsdale, and also Edin Ketia to Bournemouth could cost around 25 million according to Alex Crook and TalkSport. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Arsenal are still disappointing in this window. Now, according to Miguel Delaney from The Independent, he says Arsenal are 10 million euros short of Sociedad's valuation for Mikel Marino. Arsenal want to pay around 25 million euros. Sociedad want close to 35 million euros for the player. Arsenal want the transfer fee to be split into 3 equal installments. Sociedad want much of the money up front. Deal could drag on until the transfer window ends. Now, guys, there is so much for us to unpack in that statement. But one of the things that has actually broken my heart is that we are going to discuss the Mikel Marino deal until the end of the window. Until deadline day, we are trying to sign a 30 million euro midfielder with 1 year on his deal, 28 years of age. Until deadline day, we are going to use 6 months to try and sign Mikel Marino. I just don't understand it. Like, the level of unseriousness that we are exhibiting in this window, the only club that can surpass it is Liverpool, because Liverpool, for them, they have literally done nothing. But apart from Liverpool, I just don't understand it. Why and how do you negotiate a deal that is so clear as Mikel Marino for all this time? Now, listen, this summer, Mikel Marino, Arteta talked to Mikel Marino, and the conversations were positive. We talked to the entourage of the player. We talked to the team that is managing the player, and the conversations were positive. We talked to Real Sociedad about buying the player, and their response was positive. What was remaining was Arsenal to put in a bid, agree on a fee, and sign the player. I mean, Mikel Marino himself told other clubs that he's moving to Arsenal, he's willing to move to Arsenal, he wants to move to Arsenal, and therefore he's not going to give them any priority. So I want to understand how the tables have changed and the tables have turned all of a sudden from, well, Arsenal are going to sign Mikel Marino very closely, to now it could be going to the end of the transfer window. It doesn't make any sense. And why? This is the reason. So Dylan says that there is a difference of 10 million euros at the moment. Arsenal's valuation is 25 million euros, and Sociedad's valuation is 35 million euros. Now, I understand why Sociedad have gone with 35 million euros, and I'm not trying to say that Arsenal should just pay. No. I'm not even saying that. Not even close. What I'm trying to say is that why do we have a 10 million euro valuation between us and Real Sociedad? Right from the start, I always said that a good deal for Mikel Marino would see Arsenal pay around 30 million euros for him, or around 25 million pounds. And I thought that was reasonable, and I thought that was okay. So if Arsenal were bidding 25 million pounds, which is 30 million euros for the player right now, I wouldn't really have a problem. But we are bidding 25 million euros, which is around 17 million pounds. Like, what are we trying to do in this window? Are we trying to be, to win a trophy in kind of, no-sense deals? Or are we really trying to strengthen and close the gap between Manchester City and us? There's a very big question. Because, honestly, I think what Arsenal want in Mikel Marino is, a market opportunity deal. But we could also get a market opportunity deal, with Fabian Ruiz. We could get a market opportunity deal with, with another player. The moment you agree, and the moment you agree internally that this is the deal you're going to do, you must be willing to pay the price. And for me, 35 million euros for Mikel Merino is not a lot of money. We brought in Trossard for around 27 million pounds, and he has done a lot of wonders. So I still think Arsenal are wasting a lot of time. Honestly, we are wasting a lot of time. You cannot say that you're going to give the manager his second signing of the summer, a player that the manager took initiative to talk to, and you're going to give him that player on deadline day? Why? I mean, we've got to do better. We've absolutely got to be better than this. We've absolutely got to do better than this. Otherwise, this window is turning into something else. Yesterday, Martin Zubimendi turned down the chance to go to Liverpool. And all of us were saying, you know, Arsenal have a golden opportunity. Arsenal have a golden chance to go and get Mikel Merino, because Sociedad didn't want to lose two players. They wanted to sell one and probably keep one. If not, keep both of them. And at the moment, it looks like they could keep both of them. And this summer, we have made some ridiculous decisions that don't make sense. Losing a deal for Edin Ketia to Olympique Marseille over 3 million euros, and then failing to agree a deal with Real Sociedad. Because if Arsenal had gone in with 30 million euros, a package, Sociedad wouldn't even think twice. But because we are at 25 million, that is so far away. 25 million euros, like 17 million pounds. That is so far away. We are wasting time. Like, why aren't we getting deals done so that we can concentrate on the season? Why can't we concentrate on our new season? I'm so frustrated with this one. I'm really, really frustrated with this one. I don't even have words. I really, really don't even have words. But for me, this one I'm going to say. I understand the strategy these days. Arsenal want to pay what is right for the player. If they value at 35 million euros, they'll pay 35. And especially the Martin Odegaard deal and the Julian Timber deals, Arsenal feel like every good player they want, they can get below 50 million euros. And I appreciate that. I think our business is good. But not every player is going to go for below 35 or below 30 million euros. Some players are going to be expensive than others. We've got to understand that not every player is at the same, is going to be at the same price. And Sociedad know right now, and this is the problem I said in the morning. Sociedad know Arsenal are desperate. They know it. They know that Arsenal are desperate, and now they're saying, you give us 35 million euros, or we could keep the player. Remember, if they keep him, they can make him sign a new deal. Not by forcing him, but, he plays 10 games into the season. And he's got that connection with Martin Zubimendi, and all of a sudden, he signs a new deal. So for me, no, Arsenal, this is very, very weak from us. But the other problem I see with this is there are clubs that don't have time. And when I say clubs that don't have time, I mean Liverpool, I mean Atletico Madrid, I mean Barcelona. Remember, Barca have failed to sign Nico Williams. And they're still looking for reinforcements in their midfield. They have signed on Olmo. Olmo can play in that number 10, but he can also play on the wings. Actually, Olmo has played on the wings before for RB Leipzig. So that tells you that if Barca now look at this Merino deal and they walk in with 30 million euros, they can go and get the deal done. If Liverpool sniff around Mikel Merino, they can go and get the deal done. Aston Villa, the clubs that are really desperate to get Mikel Merino, even Atletico Madrid. It has been a massive opportunity, a massive chance for us to sign Merino without all this, haggling and pushing and bidding and competing with other clubs. Well, we didn't want a race without other teams. We want a race where we can panic. So we are creating panic. I don't know why we make some things very difficult. Like, Arsenal have always been very, very good at making deals very difficult and just making sure that deals take long. Calafiori, 4 weeks. Mikel Marino, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. He signs on deadline day. Seriously? A deal that we've worked on for five good weeks. He signs on deadline day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really, really unbelievable. So, guys, let me know in the comment section. Do we agree to pay 35 million, or do we disagree and walk away. For me, this is the solution, and there are only two solutions here. One, you pay the money. Otherwise, another club is going to come in, agree personal terms with the player, because I don't think we have offered him as much. Agree personal terms with the player and take him, because they are willing to give Real Sociedad what he wants. Imagine the player's already told Sociedad, I want to go. Time is running out. The man could be seen as a traitor if he stays at Real Sociedad, right? So there are only two solutions. It's either you buy him at 35 million euros, or another club buys him at 35 million euros. However, the second solution is going away, walking away. And I think if you're Arsenal, with the amount of time we have, it is very good. It would be better for us to be honest with ourselves. Are we really going to pay the 35 million euros for the player? If we are not, why don't we go to Fabian Ruiz at PSG and get him on an initial loan deal? Because that's what we want to do. We want to get Kingsley Coman on an initial loan deal. We want to get Fabian Ruiz on an initial loan deal. I don't know who else. God knows who else we want to get on an initial loan deal. Probably a new goalkeeper. And we have already seen Arsenal trying to do some deals at 500k, 500k, 50k, 50k this month. So this window, what have I not seen with Arsenal? I have seen Arsenal place a 50,000 bid for a player. I've seen Arsenal fail to sign a player that is, considered less than 1 million worth. I have seen Arsenal, take months to sign one player, and now the deal could actually even collapse. So why don't we go into the Fabian Ruiz deal? Why don't we go back into the deals that we can do? Because with Fabian Ruiz, PSG want to sell, player wants to move. All the conditions are right for us. All the conditions are absolutely right. So anyway, at the moment, the deal for Mikel Marino is under big jeopardy. Now, Bournemouth have approached Arsenal, and they want to pay 25 million, I think 25 million euros for Edouard Nketiah. Arsenal still want to get 30 million euros, and of course, we turned down the Marseille bid, which was 27 million euros, but Bournemouth are looking to spend about 25 million euros on Eddie Nketiah this summer. And I'm going to say this the same way I say to the same thing I say to the Olympic Marseille bid. You've got to sell 25 million euros for Eddie Nketiah. You've got to sell, and this is the reason why we've got to sell Eddie. If we don't sell him this summer, if we don't sell him right now, next summer, is he going to be more valuable or less valuable? Less valuable, because now he is the third choice striker among Havertz, Jesus, and him. So he is the third choice. What does that tell you? That tells you that he might not play as much football, and next summer, whoever is giving us 25 million euros could come in with 70 million euros. So you've got to sell this summer while his stock is still up and while his value is still up as well. We missed out on 27. We might be getting 25. And if that happens, I really want to hear Edu's explanation on how that happened. But Bournemouth looks like one of the last chances we have to ship off Eddie. And they are in desperate demand, and they are in desperate need. Not in desperate need for us to try and press them, no, but in desperate need for us to look at it as an opportunity, a second opportunity for us to go and get some money for Eddie Nketiah and probably move him on so that we can get in a striker as well. Ajax are prepared to come back with a second bid for Aaron Ramsdale. Their initial offer, which was initially a loan plus an option to buy, was turned down by Arsenal, but they're coming back and they are confident that they will get the deal done. Now, of course, Arsenal are saying Joan Garcia is the player we will try to bring in if Ramsdale actually leaves. So, if Ajax come back with a much better offer, Arsenal want to sell permanently, like I said in the morning. Are we going to get 30 million or 25 million for a goalkeeper from Ajax? why do I feel like that's a lie? Like, Ajax are never going to buy Ramsdale at 25. But you remember what I told you at the beginning of this week, yesterday, that we are going to see a lot of movement, especially on the players that Arsenal don't want to keep. Especially, we are going to see a lot of bids. We're going to see a lot of clubs trying to agree personal terms with them, and it has started. So for me, Ajax would be a good team for Ramsdale. Ajax would be a very good project for Ramsdale. But are Arsenal really going to sit there and allow Ram to leave? Why do I also feel like that is another lie? But we wait and see. We wait and see. Ajax want to come back with a second bid. And like I said in the morning, Edu is in Portugal. He's trying to get some deals done. But I'm not happy with the Mikel Merino situation. It has taken a long time. And now it could drag on. It could drag on until deadline day. No, I'm not convinced about that one. Not at all.